this house. Don't know that we'll be getting a lot at this sale. Look at these ceilings. None of the 8-inch. Actually, I thought that would be a lot more pricey. Look at the ceilings. Whoa, what a bathroom. Walk-in closet. Sorry. $10. This is one bougie house. grapes.
Are you gonna use?
No.
I was going to use the restroom, but there's nothing in there.
Okay. Am I dropped a screw? Got a screw loose?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, look at that chiffrobe. I don't think I even want to know the price. I think it's old. Master bath must have been downstairs, and this would have been guest rooms upstairs. The sinks. This is the other half of those. Look at that. Even the wall sockets have glass or mirrored plates. Toilet's got its own room. Sorry if I'm going too quick. No. Welcome back to South Georgia Home. My name is Gail. Excuse, I just noticed that I did not shut the door to Jason's junk room. He has gone to sell some net wrap to a farmer. He and his brother have a small side business where they're an independent dealer of net wrap. If you know what net wrap is, if you roll hay, you have those big, huge rolls. The net wrap goes around it and holds it together. So they sell that stuff, and he's got a farmer here that needed some, so he was going to sell that. Anyway, we went to that estate sale I told you about in the last video. Our hometown, there were some big prices in that estate sale. As you can imagine, not much came home with me. It was really fancy stuff, and it was a really fancy house in a fancy section of the town. I want to say that the gentleman who lived there, he and his wife, I want to say he went to school with my mother, high school with my mother, and I want to think that he owned the dry cleaners at one point. But a very nice house. Very nice house. Now, to my liking, it's too fancy for me. Too big and too fancy. But even though you'd probably want to do a little updating in that house. So, you saw all the prices. We're not even going to go into that. I walked away with one item, and just one item was the cheapest thing I found in the house. And you have to imagine it without that stupid red flower in it. So, it's just a little close, as you can see, the size of it. It was only $3. And this doesn't fit right because she or someone hot glued some ribbon in that, why, I don't know. They hot glued ribbon in that ridge, in that ditch there. And so that close won't sit well. But I want to get all this off. I have no need for the fake flowers and all that. So hopefully that'll come off without giving me too much of a headache. But a little bitty close. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but that was the only thing. Now, we went down the road because we had seen a sign that said garage sale. Went down the road, and it was out in front of an restaurant. Now, this restaurant has had several, has had several incantations over the years, and it's closed currently. And they were out front. They had one room of it open. You could go in, they had stuff inside the room, and then they had stuff outside. And I noticed immediately this kind of looked vintage stuff. You know, I want to say maybe they have a shop somewhere. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I picked up one item and I said, how much is this? And he says, don't you want the whole set? And I'm like, oh, no, I want just this one piece. And he kept looking at me and I'm like, oh, you want to sell the whole set? And he says, yeah. So I said, well, how much for the whole set? And he went and conferred with her and they came back and he said $15. So this was what I picked up. It's a Pyrex butter dish. Let me see if I can get you can see the Pyrex part there. But it is, what is it, onion skin? I'm not quite sure. I used to collect Pyrex. I still have Pyrex. I just don't actively collect it anymore. And I used to be all the way up on these patterns, but not anymore. Onion skin is all I can remember. I'm sure it has a better name than that, but that dish got me to buy all this. They did have an extra bottom. No top to it. I looked. Well, you know it's tough because it didn't break. Crap. They have boxes underneath. They did have some depression wear. I looked through the yellow depression wear. I didn't see anything I wanted, and I don't really get into that because I'm not really up on that. So I left it where it was. So I bought this, or this was in that. I want to say it's maybe a sugar dish. It is Pyrex as well. Same, all of it's the same pattern. I don't think this is the margarine tub thing. I want to say those are bigger. I've had one of those before that I've sold. I want to say that's bigger, but this is probably the sugar dish. And a gravy boat, an underplate. It's filthy. I mean, it's filthy. It needs to be washed. I haven't washed it yet, but it's in good repair. I haven't dropped this one. And then the rest of it was 7 of these cups. No saucers, just cups. And they're all in good shape as well. They're just dirty. So $15 for all that. And it will be for sale at some point. And this thing, it's just so pushy, so rude. Thank you. Let me get this back in that box. See if I can get in the box without breaking it. Now, my Amazon order came in soon after I ordered it. My seeds just came in today. It's 9 days after I ordered it. The seed just got here. So the first thing that I got on my Amazon order were these clips. These are the plant support clips. 200 of them. I want to say maybe $9.99, 9 something for 200. You could also buy like 100 count. But with me, I'll lose them or I'll break them. But they're just little... if you want to, like tomato vines, or if you've got, probably you got young sapling trees that you need to support something. Funny that I bought those because I bought the stakes for my tomatoes in bulk and they won't fit around those stakes. But I will find some way to use those. You know, if you have cucumbers, anything you're trying to trellis or hold up, that's what you need, plant support clips. And this is the first year I've ever bought these, and I've grown all that stuff, and usually I use twine, soft twine, to tie it to it, but we're gonna go a little professional this time. So this is what keeps interrupting me over here. It is, I wanna say these are 3 foot. They are wooden tomato stakes. I like the wooden ones, I just do. But if you go at Home Depot or Walmart, excuse me, I keep hitting this table, or Lowe's, I think I figured up the 24 that I bought. I think it's 24. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. It was $1.50 something a piece at 25 something. I don't know what it was. 25 and some change. So out of 20, it was $1.55, I think I figured up. Anyway, it was something. A lot cheaper than what I would buy them a piece in a home improvement store. So now I have never owned these. If anybody has, please let me know. This is my first year, and that's what I got for Christmas. So now I have broke down and bought myself some of these sleeves, these farmer sleeves. I don't know how I'm going to like this around my thumb, but because I wear gloves, but I do want to get something, and look at what's on them. Chickens. You can find these on Amazon in a lot of different varieties. They had them with dragonflies and hummingbirds and fruits and all that kind of thing. But I am getting older and my arms are catching the brunt of being out in the sun and being scratched or being bit by ants. So I'm going to try these out just to see if they make a difference. So that was my Amazon order, and my seed order came in. I am such a goober. I am such a goober. I was so excited when I got the email that my package had been delivered. I'll show you what I got, and I'll tell you if they're spring or fall. So these are sweet pepper seeds, Emerald Giant. I want to say they're bell pepper. That'll be for the spring. We have another sweet pepper seed. This is golden Marconi, which I've grown Marconi in the past, but not the golden ones. And I don't know about you, sometimes I just don't have a great luck of if I get a pepper that's supposed to turn red or supposed to turn yellow or orange or whatever. I just don't have a lot of luck with that. Usually they just stay green or they start to rot. Then we've got some summer squash seeds, early crookneck, yellow, just a yellow squash. My father grows these, has always grown them. When I first started growing, I tried something else and I didn't like it. Kind of got into this, and that's why I've been growing it for the last few years. I usually use the crookneck squash and Ford Hook zucchini. Now, oh, here's one more that's going to be for the spring. These are Blue Lake 274 green beans. If you know anything about green beans, one's a bush and one can be a vine. Or it needs to be trellis because it'll grow up or grow over or grow into each other. I like the Blue Lake 274s. I've been sticking with them for the past few years. I just like the way they are, like the way they look when they come off the vine, the way they snap, the way they taste. I just like them. So this is, I want to say quarter of a pound, and this is how much that is. I thought it would be a little more, but I won't plant these until March, so I've got plenty of time if I want to buy some more. Now, that's all for the spring. I'll plant other stuff for the spring. That's just all the seeds that I bought. Now, these are carrot seeds, Imperator 58. I want to say that says. I have some, these are supposed to be the longer carrots. I have some already in my seed box, which is down here at my feet, that are Danvers half-longs. And they are sweet, they just don't get as big. So we're going to try that. I'll probably grow both of them just because I can. These are cabbage seeds, Golden Acre. I have been growing late flat Dutch for the past few years, just changing up a little bit. Broccoli seeds, and this is an ounce. So when you go on Eden Brothers, and this is who this come from, if you go on Eden Brothers, they have different options. You can get packet, you can get ounce, you can get half pound, quarter pound, pound, whatever the seeds. Some of them, you can't, some of them are just a packet or so many ounces, and then some of them can be several different sizes. So about this is an ounce. Broccoli seed, the Calabrese. I have been growing the Waltham 29s, which is an heirloom. I don't know, Calabrese might be. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, the Waltham 29. So again, I just wanted to change up this year and do something a little different. This is that. And this is the 1 ounce. You see what you get. These are very tiny seeds. Does not take much dirt to grow that on top. As well as the cabbage and the carrot seeds. Not a lot of dirt needs to be on top of them. And then this, I want to say these were on sale. It is a pound of Lincoln peas. I've grown Lincoln English peas for a long time now. You can see a pound and you can see how much that is. I like them. I don't like canning them, but I do like them frozen. I will say it takes a lot of bushes to make some enough peas for you to have for one meal. It takes a lot of them. So you can imagine how many you need if you're going to put any up in a jar it or freeze it. So I didn't grow very many last year. I think I growed one long row. This year I may plant some more. So we'll see. So we'll have our English peas in the ground. We'll have onions in the ground. I haven't been able to order the onions yet because they still say out of season right now. So we'll have our English peas, we'll have our onions, we'll have broccoli, cabbage, carrots, and that may be it, I want to say. I'm not a big green fan, like mustard green or turnip greens or collard greens. I don't do those. My dad was always grown them. It's just stewed up grass to me, and I just don't like them. But I do like broccoli, and I do like cabbage. And I do like Brussels sprouts. So that is the seed order. And like I said, I'm excited. I'm a goober. I am excited about this kind of thing. Gets me. Wooden tomato steaks, seeds, estate sales. So in just a second, we're going to go over there and decorate our commode cabinet, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're going to show you, I'll just take you up. I hope I don't make you dizzy, but we're going to show you right here without having to move all this stuff. You can see our Crocs and our Mr. Rooster that we got at the Hobby Lobby that I was so proud of. Hopefully that will be the video before this one. So we're going to go ahead and decorate our commode thing top here. I guess why they call it a commode was because you kept all your jars down there. So hidden. And you would keep, I guess, your sink or whatever there. So I'm going to try to get you where you can see it. Now, I didn't mean to, for some reason or another. I somehow stumbled on, to me, it's almost like a primitive look. And I wasn't aiming for that, but I like it. So we're going to leave it the way it is. So we're going to start off with our big crock. And you'll notice what I have in here is all these potato mashers. I have more potato mashers, but I picked out the ones that are green. This one, I just turned it upside down because I wanted to see this part. And this one does, well, it's red, but not that much red. And just these little green ones that I've been picking up along. So, excuse me, coughing all over you. It's almost kind of like flower arranging when you do that. So I have a picture. I think I've shown you this picture already. I love this picture. I love it here. It's a little more modern than everything else that would be here. But I like the colors. I like the hummingbirds, and it kind of fits. If I had, there's one picture I have. I like the picture, but it's not quite big enough. And it would be this one. It's just too small for the space for my liking. So if it were a little bit bigger, I'd be putting that there instead of my hummingbirds. So what is the next thing? Oh, we're going to put our cookbooks. And these are all my old cookbooks that I've been finding, these hardback cookbooks at some of these estate sales. So we're going to wedge those in there. And this is one of my favorite lace doilies. I've had it, I think it was here last time. So I'm just leaving it here. And we're going to put something there to make sure those books don't fall. This is, I think I got this in an estate sale one time. I think it was 20 bucks. Yeah, more than what I wanted to pay for it, but it is nice. So we're going to put that there. And if I can remember where everything went. We have this. I got this at the Flea Across Florida in the spring. Paid $5 for it. Only thing about it is it has a little chip there on this pour spout, but other than that, it's in good condition. So it's going to go here. Trying to balance out a little bit here and there. And then all of my wooden handle utensils, I've been showing you these. I think I got 3 in one sale and 3 in another, but all my old wooden handle. Now we're going to put the wood up top. It's just one of those things like if somebody came in from the farm and they were going to eat lunch, you just grab your utensils. So what's next? We're going to use this whisk broom that I bought without the handle. Where you at? There you are. It doesn't have the, I'm sorry, the hook, not the handle. So we're just going to lay it here. And my doily in the little frame, it's going to go here. Now, I believe I've shown you this already as well. Bought at an antique store. I think it was like 10 bucks. It is unmarked, probably a hobbyist piece. But I like it. It's a little bit of fancy in all the utilitarian stuff that's here. And we have a old Bromwell's sifter. It's in good shape. It's got the red handle. Wish it had a green handle at this point to fit in. Well, I guess it kind of fits in with the red of the book. And then just a pick. This is a Hobby Lobby pick. You can see I've just curled up the end of the pick. We're going to stick that in there. I've seen people using these as kind of a vase. So we're going to stick that in there. And I showed you this, I think, the last video that I picked at the last estate sale, 3 that I went to. So we're just kind of tuck him in the back because something else is going to go in front. Now, I picked up these candles last year. I think I had them out around Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's a candle with the fruit on it. For me, it works in this spot. I don't know why, but it does. And then my old wood handle spoon that I just got a couple of estate sales ago. It was for $1. But again, wood handle. So we're just going to lay that up here. And I believe that is everything. So I have been putting out a candle to burn. I got that old bowl that I got. Same place I got that wood handle spoon. I got this old bowl. And I just kind of sitting it up here. Now, it's not permanent. It's not going to be there all the time. But I got this candle. I want to say it says Sunburst Melon at Hobby Lobby. It's $8.99. But Sunburst Melon. I like the smell of it. And I take the lids off of my candles, if it comes with a lid, and just kind of sit it on it because I don't want the candle to get too hot and just sit on that bowl, maybe crack that bowl. So that is our, let me pick you up one more time. Don't want to make you dizzy. That is our commode cabinet. Bring you in for a closer look. I don't know if the striped bowl is going to work for me right there, but so far I'm kind of liking what's there. Sorry, don't mean to jiggle you around. And then the picture. I think it all works. For me, it all works. So that is what we're doing with our commode cabinet until the fall, and then we'll have all our fall stuff out. Thank you for joining us. If you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and pass this along if you feel like it. So thank you for joining us. Hope you have a great week ahead of you. And we'll hope to see you back next time at South Georgia Home. Bye.